everybody, thank you so much for coming back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Inside Out. So I haven't gotten around to reviewing a whole lot of Pixar films on this channel just yet, but I'm definitely looking to change that. I have talked about it in some of the Pixar reviews I've done, but Pixar is a huge studio for me that I just always loved. Growing up, things like Toy Story and Finding Nemo were some of my favorite movies of all time. There really isn't very many movies in their slate that I even dislike, and even if I dislike them, I don't really hate them. I don't really dislike them all that much. They're just more on the weaker side of their films. And for the most part, majority of their films really are able to just tug on the heartstrings and are so touching in the way that they tell their story. They're real human stories amidst these great fantastical or very different or creative type of ideas that are in these films. And on an overall level, I just usually enjoy their films. So how do I feel about Inside Out? I love this film. I can definitely remember going to see this film for the first time. It was opening weekend. I was working at that movie theater at the time. It was a packed showing, and the whole theater was filled with nothing but kids and their parents. And here you have two early 20-year-old guys that I think were a little bit under the influence at the time. I think we had had some drinks right before. They were going to watch Inside Out, and I had such a great time with that movie. I was really invested in the story. We were both emotionally invested in what was going on, and by the end of it, we had a really good time with it. I'm really glad I got to see that movie with him, and I just recently rewatched it thanks to Disney Plus. I hadn't seen it in a while, and yeah, talk about a movie that really holds up, a film that is just really well written with really great voice acting that really just tugs on the heartstrings and has something really real to say. So if you have no idea what this film is about, the main thing I could say that this film centers on and is about is emotions, the emotions that we go through as humans, the different things that we go through in life, and how we all can react to different things. And it's a fun and creative way to kind of get the insight of how things on the inside could really just be going crazy for some people, how certain things and certain emotions could be working against you. And it's something I felt like I could really relate with back then, and rewatching it now I feel like I can relate with it a lot more. So this film centers on a human character named Riley and her family, but specifically Riley. She's a young girl, and her family is moving her away from her home state where all her friends are, where her childhood home is, and you know, this is a huge transition for her. And I feel like I can really relate with that because luckily for me, I never had to move out of state when I was super young, but I did move out of different cities, and sometimes it was a couple hours away, and I always really just struggled with transition. I actually within the last few years moved out to Las Vegas and ended up moving back to Florida because, you know, it's really upsetting to say, but I moved there and I just got depressed. My mind worked against me. I wasn't really finding joy in the excitement that I was really hoping for, and I was just kind of just feeling lost, and I just felt disconnected from who I was. And I look back on that now and I'm a little ashamed of it, but I have grown a lot since then. But you know, movies like this and things like this definitely lean into the overall fact that at the end of the day, sometimes your mind just works against you, and sometimes you have to just work with your emotions to try to get through the situation the best that it is for you, even if that includes sadness, happiness, or whatever other fears or different things that you're going to be going through. So outside of Riley and the human characters that we do spend time with in this film predominantly spends time with her emotions. Inside of her head, she has joy, anger, fear, disgust, and sadness. And yeah, this is a story about them mainly. They're trying to keep Riley happy. They want to keep her excited. However, at the end of the day, joy is only going to be the one that's going to be able to do that. Fear is going to be afraid of things. Sadness is going to be sad, and it's going to add sadness to her life. And at the end of the day, it's a story that really is about how all those emotions can come together to form who you are. That it is okay to be sad at times, and you can have happiness and sadness at the same time to really be able to grow in your life. And fear and anger and all these things are so normal, and disgust, and you're going to have these things in your life, but it's all about kind of working together to tame those emotions and realizing that when you are sad or when you are angry or when you are afraid, that it is okay, and that you'll have other people in your life to, you know, help you through these situations. So I think it goes without saying, I love this film. I don't want to get too much deeper into it because I don't want to spoil it for any of you who have not seen this film. This is a really touching film that again tugs on the heartstrings, and I think this is Pixar at its best. I think that there's really great writing right here. You have a great cast with people like Amy Poehler, Bill Hader, and Phyllis Smith, as well as so many other faces and names in here. And this is a film that I just really enjoy. This is a film that is very emotional. It has so many moments that get me misty-eyed every time that I watch it, and it's just a very well-written film that has a great message for families, adults, kids, and it's a film that really is just a good time. It's so well written, it's so well paced, it has a lot of really interesting fun things that they do with emotions. It's really fun. There's times where they jump from mind to mind. You get to see the mom's emotions, you get to see the dad's emotions, and it's funny because they play on the different things that tend to happen. They show a teenage boy's emotions in his mind at one point, and just kind of how chaotic it is and the panic that's in there, and I really enjoy that. I love what they were able to do with all the different emotions. And in the midst of this lightheartedness and the humor and all the kind of stuff they do, Pixar is just so good at being able to just lay down what it is that this movie really is about, which is some real stuff, some real human emotions, some real human stories, some real human things that we all individually go through. And it's something that I really enjoy about this film. I love that Pixar made this film, and it's a film that I do highly recommend. On top of everything else that I said, of course, the voice acting is really well done. Like I mentioned, the animation is stellar. And again, this is just a film that is just gonna touch the heartstrings. I can't imagine a lot of people will watch this film and think it's completely trash. There is a lot there that's just really well done, and there's a lot of really great messages, again, for families and kids and for everybody really to be able to watch this movie and connect to something, even if it's not your favorite movie. So definitely let me know what you guys think of Inside Out. Most people I talk to tend to love this film, but I'm sure some of you don't like this film so much, so definitely leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this movie. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys want more videos. And as usual, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next video. Bye-bye.